Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman, and I am the host of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. If you are enjoying this show, you can also check out the Premiere Boys Podcast, hosted by myself, Aaron Keetook Sands, the Star Rider Rod, and Long Live Chief Mighty Mal, where we discuss everything that's going on in the culture, from love, relationships, music, sex, politics, and many more. We can make you laugh, but the show could get a little raunchy, and it may not be for everybody. But if you are curious to listen to the Premier Way podcast, you can tune in to the Premier Way podcast every Wednesdays at 12 a.m. or all podcast platforms, a part of the Premier Powerverse Network. Other shows that you can check out on the Premier Powerverse Network is King Talk with Aaron Sands, hosted by Aaron King Talk Sands every Friday at 12 p.m. Star Time Podcast hosted by the Star Rider Rod every Monday at 12 p.m. And Welcome to the Trilogy hosted by Long Live the Chief Mighty Mal every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Listen and support every show in the Premier Powerverse, including this show, Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, who is also a part of the Premier Powerverse Network. Thank you for listening to this message and check out the show. Chill! You are now listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast Season 10. Chill! Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman, one-fourth of the Premier Boys Podcast, your host of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Welcome to another new episode of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Hope all is well. And just want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day to everybody. If you're married, if you're in a relationship, if you're engaged, even if you're single, but you're feeling somebody and you want to tell that person how you feel, shoot your shot to that person. Let them know that you are feeling them. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Do something special for the ones that you care about. Even though Valentine's Day is all year round, make today very special for the ones that you love. And on this episode, y'all already know what I do on Valentine's Day. I discuss my relationship status and many more. And y'all already know what to do. Sit back, relax, and I'll be right back.
This is Brownie Marie, founder of the Fox Hunters Club dating app, and you are listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And at this time, the time for Mr. Gentleman Facts, quote of the day. And today, quote of the day is, before loving somebody else, you have to love yourself first. And I say this because you can't be with somebody who's still dealing with past trauma. You can't be with somebody who's not good from within. You can't be with somebody who has not got over old situation. Because if they're not over those things, how is it going to make it work if they don't even know how to love themselves? So always remember, before loving somebody else, please love yourself first, and please work on yourself. And that is today, Mr. Gentleman Facts, quote of the day. Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman, and I am the host of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And this commercial break is brought to you by Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. On Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, we interview many guests about their life journey, pretty much where they come from and where they're at now. Also promoting their brands or whatever they're doing at the time they come on the show. We also have the host talk about personal stories about himself and everything that he's been through And also we have fun conversation about anything music, anything old school, relationships, wrestling, and many more. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast every Sundays at 12 a.m. We are also on every Thursdays at 12 a.m. for Spin-Off Series Thursdays, where we have all of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast Spin-Off Series all in one day, where we have a conversation about music podcast every first Thursday at 12 a.m. The Old School Show with myself and the Star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. And we have Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B every second and third Thursday at 12 a.m. And y'all can tune in to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, The Pods, and many more. Or y'all can check it out on the official website of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com, and tune in every Sundays and Thursdays at 12 a.m. for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in to this commercial break of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Back to your regularly scheduled program. Cheers!
Hey, this is Beauty Bella, and I'm listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And at this time, y'all know what today is. Today is Valentine's Day. And on Valentine's Day, I talk about my relationship status. But before we do that, what is the definition of love? And love is a strong feeling of warm personal attachment or deep affection, such for a parent, child, friend, or pet. A profound, tender, passionate affection, often mingled with sexual desire for another person. Active, self-giving concern for the well-being of others, a person towards whom love is felt, beloved person's sweetheart. Love is also an action. One thing I will say about love is an amazing feeling when it's with the right person. When you found somebody who y'all could build something with, that can have so much amazing conversation, you have a strong bond connection, and you have so much in common, and y'all have the same goal that y'all want to set together in life. Love, it could be the greatest thing ever. But love could be the worst thing when that person that you're in love with could end up breaking your heart. Whether it's on a regular breakup, whether it's because things just not in sync with each other, or just y'all grew apart from each other. Love is great, but love also can hurt as well. Have I ever been in love? Yes, I have been in love. I have been in love twice. One time in 2007 and another time in 2014. And what those two persons that I fell in love with taught me, one of them taught me to know my worth and know when to leave, even when you're in love with them. And I say that because when I was with the first girl I was in love with, we were very young when we got together, and things was going good, but at the same time, things wasn't good because she treated me a certain way. She used to do things just to push me off. Back then, I didn't really have a backbone, so I used to take every verbal abuse and everything, and I just used to just let it go because I loved her. And even when she hurt me a lot, I stayed in that relationship, knowing that deep down, I knew I deserved better. But instead of that, I chose to stay because I felt like because I was in love with her, I knew that I just thought that it would have worked out because I loved her. But knowing in reality, I felt like I needed to leave that relationship so I could grow. And of course, things didn't work out. But no matter what, she will always be a person that I care about. And the second person from 2014, that relationship taught me to make sure the person puts you first. And I say this because when I got with this person, she was dealing with, she already dealt with somebody. When I met her, and I met her at a spot that was promoting that. And then I did her, asked for a number. She said she had a man. But I told her her man was lucky, but she gave me her number anyway. I thought she was drunk when she did that, but yeah, and we just started to get to know each other until she broke up with her boyfriend, and then stuff happened with that. But I always felt like, even though I was with her, I always felt like I was through was the number one in her book because she still was friends with the guy who she was with before me. And I know that that situation was my fault because I should have known better, did not be person number two. But I guess I felt like that probably could have changed. But one thing that I won't do again is that I won't deal with somebody who will put me number two. If I know I deserve better, I need to go out there and do better. But those two relationships really taught me to be the better person I am today. And I'm happy that even though those relationships didn't work out, I'm happy that I learned from those two relationships. Because it really did help me be a better person I am today. Also taught me for future relationships to know what not to do. So yeah, so I'm thankful for the person I fell in love with in the year 2007, and the person I fell in love with in 2014. So I want to thank them for helping me become the person I am today. So I want to thank them for that. When was my last relationship? My last relationship was in 2021. And how this relationship happened was I was on Hinge and I ended up matching with somebody. I decided to get to know her. And this was through like around the pandemic, so we couldn't really go out or nothing like that. But I ended up really liking this person. Even though a part of me still wasn't sure about her, but I still wanted to give it a try, especially from the time that was going on with me, dealing with anxiety and stuff like that. I still wasn't feeling myself, but I do want to get to know this person. And the more I got to know this person, I started liking this person. And we was in the honeymoon phase for a very long time. And it was, I feel like it was slowly building into something up to one day, all that pretty much changed. And I pretty much saw a side of her that I never really saw. And it got to the point that it got really bad, to the point that I got really turned off by it. And part of me felt like I should have just left the relationship when that happened. But for some reason I stayed because I wanted it to work. Plus I feel like during that time that I always wanted to be in a relationship to be in a relationship. And I feel like maybe something could change with this, Even though mentally I would check out mentally, physically I still wanted to give it a try. So I pretty much stayed. And honestly, This relationship went on from February 2021 up to August 2021. And once the end of August came, the relationship pretty much ended. And it honestly never recovered after that. It went from a small problem into a big problem that didn't necessarily need to become big. But that relationship did taught me something as well. It taught me to not get into a relationship knowing that you're not fully there. If you know that you didn't want to be in that relationship, you shouldn't have never got in that relationship to begin with. And that's my fault for that. I feel like I should have been more honest with that person before anything was happening. And I'm happy that I grew from that relationship because like I should have been honest with the person. And yeah, she is an amazing person, but it just didn't work out on both our part. And even now, I hope that person is doing real good right now. You know, but yeah. So what is my relationship status now? My relationship status is I am single. I've been single for almost 5 years. This year, year 2026, I'll be single for 5 years. And oddly, I'm okay. I know in the past, I used to be upset with being single. I used to be upset about days about Valentine Day because I had nobody. But for once, I only feel like a couple years, honestly. I've been feeling good because the first couple of years of being single, I knew that I wasn't ready to be in a relationship. And I think I would fully focus on getting myself fully together. And that's what I pretty much did for the first 3 years of being single. My focus was fully on focus on myself. And a little bit after the last relationship, things got bad for me in my life. Anxiety, depression, finance issues, many other things. And I wanted to really have myself physically and physically ready before I wanted to get back out there and start to get a relationship with another person. So yeah, that's why I've been single for so long. And I have started dating again at the end of 2024. And from the end of 2024 to I guess now, I have been going on dates and stuff like that. And even though a lot of those dates haven't been worked out, I'm still hopeful that the right person is out there. I'm still hopeful that my wife is out there somewhere. And of course, for me, it's no rush because I know when that right person does come, I would know when the right person comes. But I feel like it's better for me to work on myself, work on every important thing that I have going on in my life before I could bring somebody else in. Because I don't want to bring somebody else into my life and I'm selling them false dream. And that's something that I do not want to do at all. I want to have somebody to come into my life and I'll be present with them. I'll be able to grow with them. I'll be able to learn with them. I'll be able to share many memories with them. Because I already know one day I will get married. I will become a husband. I will become a father. And I know that is happening. But of course, right now, I'm still on this dating journey and waiting until that right person comes into my life. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, relationship during this generation have been really difficult. And it has been pretty hard to process these days. But I know for a fact that the right person is out there. And when the right person does come, I know when that right person will come. But before I go, I just want to say, if you're single out there and you upset that you don't have the right person in your life right now, all I would have to say for y'all is just never give up. Just continue to work on yourself. Continue to work on building your brand, building your business, building yourself until that right person will come to you. Whether it's on a dating app, whether it's on outside in the street, whether it's on with a mutual friend. or rather just come up, or somebody come back to your life. Just know that even though you're single right now, that right person will come to you. And when that right person does come to you, it will be the best feeling that will ever happen to you. Just remember to stay positive, stay focused, and don't give up on love. Because honestly, everybody deserves love. Just because something didn't work out in the past doesn't mean that that same thing going to happen again. Sometimes we don't always get the same results. Only way we get the same results if we don't change the story, if we don't change the pattern. So just know that love is out there for everybody. And sometimes the most unexpected person could be the one for you as well. Just because somebody may not probably be your type, never know that that person could be the best person for you. And don't, don't miss opportunity on your right person, because it could be the right person could be somebody that you didn't know you really need in your life. So give everybody a chance and don't give up on love, because that right person is out there for you. And when that person does come to you, just make sure that it's the best feeling that you will ever have. And I'll be right back. Hello, everybody. This is your boy Ken, aka Mr. Gentleman. Now, I am the host of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, and this commercial break is brought to you by Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast presents Spin-off Series Thursdays. And Spin-off Series Thursday is the new home for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast Spin-off Series that brought to you shows like A Conversation About Music Podcast, The Old School Show, and Date Night Talk Podcast. And A Conversation About Music Podcast is a music spin-off series where we talk about anything music, from the current music scene and the old school music scene, where we interview many guests that's in the music industry and artists about their music journey. We have a segment game called The Face Off, which is a versus inspired game. And we have roundtable discussion about variety of music topics. And y'all can check out A Conversation About Music Podcast every first Thursday at 12 a.m. Every first Thursday at 12 a.m. Now, the Old School Show that features myself and the star Roddy Rod is a show where we discuss anything old school, from music, TV shows, movies, and many more. We also bring in guests to join in on the old school conversation. Y'all can check out the Old School Show with myself and the star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. Every fourth Thursday at 12 a.m. And last but not least, we have Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B, where we talk about anything relationship related topics like love, dating, relationships, cheating, the good and the bad, and many more. And y'all can check out this spin-off series, Date Night Talk Podcast, every second and third Thursday at 12 p.m. So look out for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast presents Spin-off Series Thursday, A Conversation About Music Podcast every first Thursday. The Old School Show with myself and the star Roddy Rod every fourth Thursdays, and Date Night Talk Podcast with myself and Miss Vanna B every second and third Thursdays. And y'all can check out Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast every Sundays for the main series and every Thursday for spin-off series Thursdays. And thank y'all for checking out this commercial break. And now back to your regularly scheduled program. True. I just want to take the time to thank everybody for tuning into the latest episode of the Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, the Valentine Day episode of the Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And once again, shout out to everybody who is in a relationship, everybody who is married, even those who are single. And if you're feeling somebody, go out there and shoot your shot to that person that you really care about. And once again, happy Valentine's Day to you. And you already know we can check out the Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast every Sunday for the main series, every Thursday for spin-off series Thursdays, where we have shows like a conversation about new podcast every first Thursday at 12 p.m. Date Night Talk podcast with myself and Valentine every second Thursday at 12 p.m. The Top 20 Countdown Show, the series with myself and Jalen every third Thursday at 12 p.m. And the Old School Show with myself and the Star Rider Ride every fourth Thursday at 12 p.m. Look out for the newest spin-off series Thursday show, Date Night Talk Stories, coming soon. You can check out Mr. Gentleman like the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Good Pods, and many more. Y'all can rate the show 5-star rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, Podchases. The more y'all rate, more people know about Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Ken, a.k.a. Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Ken, a.k.a. Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, where you can check out the audio version of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. You can check out the visual version called Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast TV. And you can check out Mr. Gentleman Facts Quote of the Day every Mondays on YouTube and other social media platforms. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at Ken, a.k.a. Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. If you want me to guest on Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, send me a bio about yourself and everything that you do to my email at kenypgent@gmail.com or hit up on social media, Ken_Mr. Gentleman. I repeat, Ken, Ken _Mr. MR, Gentleman, GENTLEMAN, and we can set something up. I am still looking for guests for season 10 of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. You can also check me out on the Premier Voice Podcast with myself, Aaron Keith Sands, the Star Rider Rod, and Long Live the Chief Mighty Mouth. New episodes of the Premier Voice Podcast every Wednesdays at 12 a.m., a part of the Premier Powerverse Network. Other shows you can check out on the Premier Powerverse Network, King Talk with Aaron Sands, hosted by Aaron Keith Sands. You can check out all episodes right now on all podcast platforms. Look out for his newest show, After Hours with Aaron Sands, coming soon. You can also check out Star Time Podcast, hosted by the Star Rider Ride. All episodes right now on all podcast platforms. Look out for new episodes of Welcome to the Trilogy, hosted by Long Live the Chief Mighty Mel, coming soon. Listen and support every show in the Premier Podverse. And of course, add me on Good Pies, Ken, Mr. Gentleman, where they cater to every indie podcaster. We can rate each other's show. We can see where everybody listens to, and we have the charts. And at this time, it's time for Mr. Gentleman Like the Achievement, where we spotlight everything Mr. Gentleman Like the podcast is doing. And we are on all the Good Pod charts. And for Society and Culture, we are number one. We are back number one for Society and Culture. For Personal Journal, we are number one. For Journal, for dating, we are number one for dating. For self-improvement chart, we are number one. For music interviews, we are number one. I just want to thank you, everybody who've been supporting Mr. Gentleman Like the Positive and Good Podcast. It really means a lot. And thank you for supporting Mr. Gentleman Like the Podcast on all podcast platforms. It really means a lot. Let's continue to grow the show. And once again, I thank you. And of course, check out the official website of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, www.real MrGentlemanLifestylePocket.com, where we can listen to every episode of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, all 269 episodes of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. You can check out every guest who's been on Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, all 83 guests who've been on Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. You can check out every guest appearance that I've been on. More guest appearances coming real soon. And of course, you can check out the official merch store of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast at www.mrgentlemanlifestylepodcaststore.dasher.com, where we have shirts, hoodies, masks, mugs, hats, bags, socks, and many more. And support the official merch store so we can upgrade your listening experiences. I do want to upgrade this equipment that we have so we can give y'all a way better experience for y'all. So, of course, check out the official merch store for Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, www.mrgentlemanlifestylepodcaststore.dasher.com. And, of course, to check out the official website of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast, www.realmrgentlemanlifestylepodcast.com. Or you can listen to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast by searching Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast on all podcast platforms. It really means a lot. And once again, thank you everybody for tuning into the latest episode of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. So next Thursday, we have another episode of Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast presents the Top 20 Cat That Show with myself and Jalen. We will be discussing our favorite romance movie. So you already know Valentine Day may be over, but we still got more love to share. So check out our favorite romantic movies on the next episode of The Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast presents the Top 20 Cats That Show, the series with myself and Jalen. Season 10 will be returning in March. So we'll have a 2-week break for the main series of The Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. But enjoy the Top 20 Cats That Show next week. And yeah, we return in March with new episodes of The Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. And once again, thank you everybody who tuned into the latest episode of The Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast. Have a good day or night wherever you're listening to this episode.
Hi, this is Amanda from Dating Will Be the Death of Me, and you are listening to Mr. Gentleman Lifestyle Podcast.